What was it doing? Remains slow. It is edged up. Jog gains have slowed and downside risk soon. No. Bad cat. Bad cat. Cat drama. What's cat drama? I don't know if this is gonna get me flagged if I play something in the background. No one watches anyway. Hmm.
Too much attention to the weight loss journey, especially when that weight loss journey is still happening, it's still going, can almost always that journey and make that journey.
Yo! No, sir. No, thank you, sir. Fur on my work table. Cats, get out, cats. Get out. Go. You're banished from the studio. Go, Adria. Get out of my studio, Adria.
Their journey and instead focus on weight loss because it's already something that is.
Adria, get out of my studio.
I see people that are trying to monetize a journey or just share a journey with other people.
Fur everywhere. Ruining my work. Being destructive. Oh, Jesus. I feel fucking strung out. Yo! Both of you are being bad. Bad cats.
TikTok, which is this right here, which is like Princess Lips. This is just all about doing the strongman training, which again, that's great, and I think that's awesome that she is doing that. But I feel like maybe I'll be perfect wrong. Hopefully, it's almost a matter of time. Either this game is just not being used anymore, or people that are expecting certain results from this are going to be like, hey, I got this. I was really excited for you.
Old bag of babies.
And then all of a sudden, things really slow down, and then that doesn't end up happening. So it's a very common thing that I definitely noticed with another person that I think is a good example of this is Alexandra Rodriguez, right? I'm sure most of you guys know kind of about her. Obviously, the people that I'm talking about now are the whole variety. It's not just weight that is the struggle, right? A lot of times there's things that are said and then that end up happening. That said about being told one thing, another thing happens, right? Especially with Alex, where there's something said it is going to happen, it's not. But I think a big part of it is like, she got a big amount of followers based on the size of, her size, right? She talked a lot about like plus size stuff, and then she was like, oh, I'm going to start losing weight, and then that got people excited, and then, she started getting this following of people that had this expectation that, okay, so you are going to stick to this weight loss, and you said that you really want to do it, and we are here to support you, right? Because I feel like when people want to support someone that is losing weight, a lot of times there is this that people are interested in that content a lot of times because they feel someone attached to it, right? So they themselves need to lose weight, or want to lose weight, or are losing weight in conjunction with this creator that they are watching, and so they get a lot of motivation from it, and then you it starts to be kind of parasocial, right? Where if the person that you are following for inspiration and motivation stops doing the weight loss stuff, you start to feel almost upset or hurt or disappointed or whatever it might be. And then a lot of times, from what I've seen over the years, I've been doing this for 12 years, the people that are watching for motivation and all of that stuff, they almost turn on the people that they have been watching for motivation and stuff like that, then it can just get really nasty. Now, obviously, the two examples that we use, and you can obviously throw like Amber Lynn in there, but she's like a super extreme case, but these are examples that I think are more on the extreme side. The cases that I see most frequently are going to be on like short form content sites like Instagram or TikTok, that I've noticed this very frequently. I'm not going to bring up any creators that I am thinking about in my head just because I don't want to bring them up, but something that I see very often, this is kind of like the best example that I can give is that someone will be starting a weight loss journey, right? They want to lose weight, so they have 100, 200, 300 pounds, right? A lot of times it is these people that have massive amounts of weight to lose, right? And I think the reason for that is usually more of a spectacle, and a lot of people can get behind someone trying to lose weight. It's a very easy thing to get behind, right? So someone will make a video saying, I want to lose weight. And I want to make it clear, I'm not saying that these people are wrong for doing that. There's no wrong or right answer here. I'm just sharing my opinion, right? So this person makes a video, makes a post, whatever, I want to lose weight, maybe it's really heartfelt, there's a lot of emotions behind it. And so that post, bam, hits the algorithm, blows up, right? And this post gets to thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of followers, right? And there's this excitement that this person has, like, oh my gosh, I have all of these people that are rooting for me, that want the best for me, that want me to succeed. And a lot of times, it starts out really positive, and the person ends up getting a lot of support, awesome, happy for you, that's awesome. But whether it is 2 weeks down the line, 2 months down the line, maybe even 6 months down the line, eventually, what I've noticed is that the expectations from the audience becomes overwhelming to that creator that started making the content to just share their journey, and it can make, almost always makes what is already hard, which is losing a significant amount of weight, it makes that more difficult for the creator or the person that's trying to do it, because they have so many opinions and there's so many comments and expectations, right? Whether or not it's real, it might just be in their head. They feel like because they have 100,000 followers, they have all of these expectations on them. And it really can lead people down a really dark path. It's something that you see frequently, which I think, perfect example of the people that we were just talking about, Alex and Amber Lynn, is a lot of times these expectations start to really weigh on these people, and then they start to maybe get in the truth a little bit, or not share as much as they were before, and then maybe they end up getting caught in the lie or something like that, right? And then it just is almost like a domino effect where the cards start falling, that the house of cards starts kind of crumbling, and it ends up just becoming so much more difficult for this person that wants to lose a ton of weight to do it, because they have this these supporters of people that are following that are now noticing all of the little slip ups, or all of the times where they said they're going to do something and that never ends up coming through, and then people start asking about that, and it just becomes this really vicious cycle. And then on top of all of that, what happens very frequently, right, is whenever anyone gets a large following, monetization runs after that. There's nothing wrong with taking any money off of your following. I think that's fine as long as you do it in a way that's not, shady or anything like that, right? Like because ads on this video, right? But I think that a lot of times these creators that end up getting this following, it just becomes so much all at once. And these people are now getting hit up by these different companies, and they're getting sponsored, and people are like, wait, what's going on? I thought you were trying to share your journey, now you're trying to sell me supplements, you're trying to sell me this thing, you're trying to sell me that thing. And then that, again, causes some backlash. It just makes people feel like this person is no longer the, scrappy, just trying to get that off person that I was following. Now it just feels like they are another influencer, and then start to feel almost like they've been lied to or they've been tricked, and then they feel even more frustrated, and then they start to call out all of the things that they feel are not happening as fast as they want it to be, right? Super common. You see people that are, losing weight or whatever, or wanting to lose weight online, get a big following, lots of support at the start, and then maybe their weight loss slows down, or just whatever ends up happening, right? And then people start to notice that, and they start to point that out, and then the creator is like almost trying to clap back at these comments and these big people that are saying stuff, and it just ends up almost always falling apart. Now, I understand that maybe it sounds hypocritical coming from me, right? I'm a person, my name is obese to be online, right? Clearly, I got a following from losing a lot of weight. I do feel like it's a little bit different because I started getting a following after I had lost basically all of the weight. But regardless of that, I'm not even saying that these people are wrong for doing what they're doing or posting about their journey. All I am saying is that I have noticed time and time again when people try to share their journey online and then they get a large following, a lot of times that large following ends up being, it seems like a blessing, but it ends up being a curse. And it's just something that I've noticed that I feel like no one really talks about, and I do feel like it should be, and whenever I do see someone that I see like getting a big following and they're just starting, I'll try and message them and be like, hey, I've been doing this for a long time. I try to give them advice, not to be overbearing or anything like that. But just like I want to see
Hey, down.
And a lot of times,
Down, boy,
what you think
down.
would work,
That
right?
boy,
This,
down.
all of these people that are holding you accountable, you think that it would be this really helpful thing, but a lot of times it really can lead to almost disaster. And I'm not saying it always does, because I get questions a lot of people being like, do you think that being obese to beast, right, having the following that you do has helped you maintain your weight? And I do think it has actually helped me, right? And so that's why I do think it's hard. Because for me, certainly it's hard to even really quantify it, because I had lost weight basically, and then that's when I started posting, and I got followed, right? It was almost immediately after I had really lost weight. I lost the majority of my weight, then I started posting my transformation. The first thing I ever posted on my obesity account on Instagram, which is where I started everything, was a before and after photo after I had lost 200 pounds. And so then I started getting a following, and so I definitely do think that just having so many people that I feel are looking to my page, not so much anymore because I don't really talk about my weight loss journey, but at the start, for sure, I felt almost obligated to do well for people. But there was a time when I was really struggling myself. When I was struggling with binge eating, was when I was, kind of first started becoming obese. And I've talked about this before, because there was a time when I really was afraid of okay, I'll keep this weight off. Is this something that I can do? Because I was really struggling with binge eating. I was over-restricting and then overeating and then binging crazy. It was happening. It was just happening for a while. And I was able to work through that. I made videos on it. I can't really talk about too much. I'm just really wanting to monetize the videos. But if you're interested, there are some videos up that have been not taken down from YouTube. But there was a time when it was a very stressful thing, and I do believe that kind of disconnecting my channel from everything that I do, right? Obviously, the videos that I make now are more commentary based. I genuinely do think it's helped me able to separate my journey and the things that I'm doing from the content that I make. I'm not sure that I'm not dealing with all the comments and people saying, you should do this, why are you doing this, right? I think that it's been helpful for me. But it's something that I have noticed, and I know that this is probably very emotional. I'm not sure how many people really even care about this, but as someone that, I guess people look at me as the OG in the scene, right? The weight loss content creator, I don't even know what to call it, right? I've been doing this for a long time. This is something that I've noticed, and now when I see someone get a big following kind of out of nowhere because they're going to be a weight loss person and they want to lose a lot of weight, I'm excited for that, but it's hard to be followed with this.
Down, boy.
Do this, right? Because it really can turn into this thing that feels like such a huge blessing and opens something awesome, and really turn into something that really makes it much more difficult. And at the end of the day, reason I talk about this stuff is because I want people to be and I'm not sure if based on being a weight loss person is actually that beneficial. But that's how I feel. It's just something that I want to share. I am very, very curious if this other people think. I'm assuming you probably don't think about this as much as I do. I probably don't think about this for sure, but it is something that is on my mind, and I would really love to know what other people think. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been watching other people, and is this something that you've noticed yourself? Maybe I'm just overthinking it. I would love to know what y'all think down in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the I'm not sure what carrying is something like that. That's okay, that's what I said. I'm very excited to welcome back different my absolutely love having this family we are all Instagram lately. We're gonna have to talk about those videos because they're hilarious. But welcome back to the show. Anderson Doherty. I can't say it otherwise, it really frustrates me. I'll say it. Yeah, say it with the accent, because it's not meant. Yeah, it's meant to.
Best course of action is to let sleeping dogs lie.
Leave it pass. You haven't touched the thing.
Nice weather.
It's okay.
It's not just okay. It's nice.
All right. What are you getting so steamed up about?
What makes you such an authority on the weather?
Me? All I said.
I know it.
Fish is delicious.
Wouldn't you rather have meat?
Since when do I eat meat? My arteries, you gotta watch out for the cholesterol. What is the I mean, you've been very touchy lately.
Don't interrogate me, Mr. Max Pinchik.
Where did you hear that name?
Did you kill your first wife with an axe?
I got a headache.
Did you chop her up along with your mistress?
Okay. If I tell you why I did it, do you promise not to hurt me?
Poor Fishman said, in order to hide the bodies, you ate them.
So why are you making a fuss? Some buried, some burned. I ate.
Enough. I remember Max gave us this dark secret. That is a disgraceful story, and you don't see your sick view of our parents.
First of a number of anti-Semitic pieces of wood, periods direct from the Wailing Wall. Disrespectful, shameful. The Jews haven't suffered enough without being evicted by this one. It's almost
So we have no spiritual sense of things. Everything on physics and pussy. Yeah, Wiggly gets cancer. He'll be the first one in synagogue sitting in the front row of normal health. Why should I get cancer? I eat broccoli and do everything
You
right.
care even about the Holocaust? Or do you think it never happened?
Not only do I know that we were 6 million, but the scary thing is that records are made to be broken, you know? I mean, so I know what's happening. You have an
He creates offensive Jewish stereotypes like in Der Stern.
Yes, Max is a version of Daddy. A man you hated, a man who committed the crime of being a terrible parent.
He was a terrible parent.
Thank you for dropping by. Please come again in another 4 years. Hey,
Look, would it be a better world if not every group thought they had a direct line to God?
He thinks I'm all Jewish, paranoia.
I don't think you're paranoid. I think you're the opposite of a paranoid.
sick fucking bastard.
What's wrong?
What is wrong? What is wrong? What do you think is wrong? So you're having a little bit of an affair with one of my patients, huh? Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Don't think! I just talked to her. She told me the whole thing. Who? Mrs. Pollock. Amy Pollock.
Can I explain?
You know Amy Pollock. No, you cannot say Amy. Fucking asshole.
Calm down.
You don't need to calm down. No, because what is wrong? I treat this woman, and she acts as if you meet her and you fuck her.
Supposing I told you that my fucking Amy Pollock was a disguised plea for more closeness with you.
Oh, Captain Edmonds, you were a mental case. Since you were your first wife, you were claiming that you loved her, and you lived without her, and all the while you were having an affair, and one affair after affair.
I was laying in bed with her one night. I turned off her because the way the light struck her, and suddenly she looked at me like Max Schmeling. What do you want me to say? Not that she wasn't a pretty girl, but she looked like Max Schmeling. I couldn't get her to
It's bullshit, you understand? It's bullshit.
It was a completely different story. You turned off me. That's what happened ever since Kelly was born. You're the one who made her look like brother and sister. But time
Don't you try to blame the victim.
what are you talking about? Hey, I'm the same victim as you. You think that getting a blowjob from a big bosom 26-year-old is a pleasurable thing?
I know you made me sick. I can't believe this is happening.
You're overreacting.
I'm not overreacting. You're trying to tell me that every week for the last 4 months that you've been with her in the hotel.
That's so crazy. I'm like, no, of course not. I went to an apartment.
Look, Doctor, I'm sorry I'm late.
Mr. Farmer, take off your coat, come in.
I've been losing sleep at night. I can't shut my eyes at night. I think I should quit my job, but I can't bring myself to do it. Maybe because my brother-in-law treats me kindly. But working for him is taking its toll on me emotionally.
Could you excuse me, Mr. Farmer?
Well,
You fucked up fuck! I can't believe you fucking did this! You fucking asshole! You fucked my patient! Harry, you don't fuck somebody's patient! Fuck you! Continue, Mr. Farmer. Well, you lost your turn. You were talking about quitting your job.
Oh, right. Well, I discussed it with my wife. While she seems on the surface to be supportive, I know she'd rather I stay on. She analyzed Gordon. I mean, all the time, so all she does is spend time with him anyway.
Excuse me, just one more second, Mr. Farmer.
Again?
Just continue. I can hear you from the hallway loudly. I want you to get out of here. I want you to get all your goddamn stuff together, and I want you to get out of here.
You know, I cannot understand why the most sophisticated of women can't tell the difference between a meaningless, hot, passionate sexual affair and a nice, solid, tranquil routine in marriage.
Harry, just tell me something. Was she the only one, or were there others?
No, Amy Pollock was the only one they got. Strike me dead if I'm lying.
You're an atheist, Harry.
Hey, we're alone in the universe. You're gonna blame that on me? You turned off me first.
Oh, please. No, I gave birth. You know, when women give birth, there's a time period when their hormones just sort of go crazy. But they settle.
Okay, so you're telling me that you're settling. I accept that.
You accept that? Oh, Harry, you are so fucking nuts.
Take it easy.
If you're not happy in a marriage, you don't cheat. And with my patient. Harry, that is a sacred trust. My patient.
What do you want? Who else do I need? I'm here. I'm working in the room. We have the baby. You're always out there practicing. We never socialize.
So now you're blaming me?
Because I don't go out with you enough places where you can meet strangers to fuck. Look, I was really explaining to you why my